We all think we know our dogs, right? We absolutely adore them. We give them big hugs, we pat them on the head, we tell them they're the best dog in the world. But what if I told you that some of our most common ways of showing affection are getting completely lost in translation? Yeah, it turns out we might be telling our best friends the exact opposite of what we actually mean.
So let's just dive right in with the tough one. And this question, it might sting a little. Are you absolutely sure your dog loves your hugs? I mean, it's our go-to move for showing love, isn't it? But from their perspective, well, it might be a very, very different story. And that brings us to the first habit we really need to rethink, the hug. For us humans, it's the ultimate gesture of love, of connection. But in the canine world, you gotta understand, the rules are completely different. This really breaks down that disconnect perfectly. On one side, you've got our intention, which is just pure affection and love. But on the other side, you can see how a dog might perceive it. Being wrapped up, being restrained, that can feel like a threatening act of dominance. It's a classic case of crossed wires. This right here is the crucial point. You have to think about it from their perspective for a second. They're animals whose primary defense is flight, the ability to run away. So when we wrap our arms around them, we take away their ability to move freely. That loss of control triggers an instinct that has absolutely nothing to do with affection and everything to do with feeling trapped.
All right, let's move on to the next one. This is a gesture we all do probably a dozen times a day without a second thought, the classic pat on the head. And here we go again. We see that exact same mismatch. We pat their head to say good boy or to offer a little comfort. But for them, a hand suddenly swooping down from above like that can be surprisingly intimidating.
And it all comes down to what's called an instinctive aversion. In the animal kingdom, a dominant figure will often place a paw or its head over a subordinate one. Our friendly gesture can unintentionally tap into that same primal wiring, making them feel uneasy instead of loved. So we've seen how our physical gestures can be misunderstood. Now let's kind of zoom out and look at the bigger picture of how we communicate. Because it turns out our most powerful tool, our voice, isn't what they're primarily listening to. The fundamental difference is this. We are verbal creatures. We use complex sentences, tone, pitch, the whole shebang. But dogs are absolute masters of body language. They're watching our posture and our energy far more closely than they are listening to the actual words we're saying. Your body language speaks volumes. A tense posture paired with a happy voice is still just a tense posture to them. A relaxed, open stance says more than a whole paragraph of praise ever could. This is the key to unlocking real communication. Okay, so we've identified the problem, but the great news is the solution is really simple. It's not about loving them less, not at all. It's about learning to speak their language. So how do we show love in a way our dogs will actually understand and, appreciate? This is your new playbook. First, just observe. Does your dog lean in or pull away? Do their ears go back? Their body will tell you everything you need to know. Second, prioritize calm, gentle body language over loud, excited words. And third, you have to translate your affection. So instead of a tight hug that constricts them, try a gentle scratch on the chest or side. Instead of a pat on the head, try scratching under the chin. You're showing love on their terms. And that really is the heart of it all. This isn't just about avoiding hugs. It's about a fundamental shift in perspective. It's about finally starting to watch, to listen, and to learn from them. So the big question I want to leave you with is this. Now that you know how to look for these signals, what else is your dog trying to tell you every single day? Believe me, the conversation is just getting started.